This thing ain't been acting right. I wonder if I turn this light on. It's too dark. This thing don't act right at all. Look at this. Lord Jesus. Put some Noxine on my skin. This lighting is horrible. Everything's about good lighting, but not today. Okay, this is not so bad. Maybe I'm boxing this light out. Let's see who's up with me. I'm not gonna be here long. I just want to show y'all some love for Sunday. And remind you once again to protect your spirit. And it's definitely been a very interesting few days. If you're a spiritual person, you're going through it, trust me. All my spiritual warriors out there, y'all are going through it because you're picking up on energy on everything. That means you're under the attack. That means you can feel stuff that you should be feeling. You're depressed, you're crying, and a whole bunch of different things that's happening to you because you are a earth angel and you're feeling everything in the world. So if you're the kind of person that starts crying out of nowhere and you don't understand why you feel these emotions because you are earth angel and clearly you might not like it, but you're the one of the chosen ones, and the sad part about it is nobody asked to be chosen. We just try to make things work the best way we can. And unfortunately, sometimes we have to separate ourselves from people because our energy and vibration is so strong that the silence is what saved us. In silence, we can make it work, but around a lot of people, it just don't work because it's a lot of mental stuff that we deal with in society, and we have to stay away from a lot of things we just can't watch. But anyway, I just wanted to talk to y'all. I don't want to be in that long. Hold on, let's see. Got up, took a bath, looking at the lines in my face. As you get older, your face starts changing. Look at this. But then there's certain lightings you don't see it. Look. I don't know, but I don't sleep though. Got to take some medicine to get some rest. I definitely don't rest. Last night was really bad for my earth angels out there who felt everything that was so dark. I'm sure you spent a lot of time crying last night. Feelings that was dumping on you, you shouldn't have been feeling. But by you being one of God's chosen ones, it's going to happen. Just remember, the next day is better. The next day is better. And of course, you may not like it, but the next day is better. And sometimes it's really hard because you're a spiritual person. I find myself wanting to be alone a lot more than before. And I don't know. I had this guy hit me up and tell me he don't remember what happened between us, but thank God for my memory. My thing is this: I would not belittle myself as somebody that was never even on my standards. I would sit and look at you through my heart and deal with you. You look and deal with me through a sexual experience that you want to have or a physical experience. I'm dealing with you through my heart. Maybe you're a good person, but reality, I'm being monitored and judged by the person I'm not judging, which become very difficult because I'm looking at you thinking, how dare you judge me when you're not even what I want? You're not even my type. And the sad part about it is, it's amazing how mindset strong they feel like they're that dude. Like you think you really are that dude, and they're not. I think I've had a taste of fine and super fine, and it's sad because even the ugly guys think they're fine, and it's crazy. And the magnitude of mental abuse they're willing to give you if you're willing to stay around to accept it, it's amazing. It's amazing. Like I told dude, I'm like, yo, listen, you shouldn't have that attitude because you're not that dude. But in his mind, he really think he is. And then when you break it down to them to tell them, well, you're not, they don't even care because they really do believe they're that dude. And I guess because a lot of times they pull people that they probably shouldn't have never pulled, and it kind of gave them a battery in their back to make them think that they're that dude. Because somebody with low self esteem allowed him to manipulate her and hurt her really bad. And he's like, wow, I got power. So he feels as though the next girl he get that same power. And then when he don't get it, he thinks something's wrong with you for not allowing him to abuse you. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. That's why people always say know your worth. Because if you know your worth, you won't allow a lot of abuse. But if you don't know your worth, don't date until you know your worth. Because you're not going to leave if you don't know your worth. He could be abusing you, hurting you, beating you, or beating on you. But if you know your worth, you're going to stay and try to figure it out. But if you know your worth, you're not going to stay at all. First sign, you out of there. Second sign, he's blocked. But a lot of times people prey on people with low self-esteem and they work around that. I was saying a guy one time, he said, your self-esteem is too high, I can't date you. But of course, it was after the fact. And it's weird because I never knew a female could have a, of self-esteem just as high as a guy do. The same guys that abuse women, they got women out here that think the same way like men. Like they will abuse you and don't have a problem with it. Maybe I just not been around people, maybe I just don't know, or gullible. Some may say even just dumb as, but I just thought people just felt more about each other than they do. It's such a disappointment to find out that people, they're different individuals with different stories, and some are really toxic. And it's sad though. It's really sad. But this guy asked me to call him up, and I called them up, and it's His name came up in my phone. He said he didn't remember me. He remembered me. He was hoping I forgot him. See, the one thing I'm gonna tell y'all to do when you get guys or people in your phone that you talking to, write down their names and write down the kind of behavior they are. See, with me, I put a devil up there. That means I can't trust them. If I put a bunch of devils up there, that means don't trust them. And the thing about it is, I always stamp something up there to give you the warning sign. So when it pop up, this is one guy that pops up on my phone. I got red devils all the way across the whole thing. So I blocked him. He made another. He got another phone, and he called me from another one. So I put a bunch of red devils over there. Now you say, well, why is he still contacting you? Because he want to see how far he can get away with things with you, and remind you he could find other people out there. Because there's billions of people out here in the world, but it's just something about you that they want to see if he could get you to try to destroy you. You always have to keep that in mind. It says you have a good heart. If you have a good heart, remember you're not gonna be able to fight the battle with him, but you can win the battle as long as you leave. Everything ain't for everybody, and you don't have to stick around to try to prove something to somebody. It hurts when you are turned down or put down by people you were never even attracted to. It hurts because you gave somebody a chance of learning them and thinking they're looking at you the same way, and you were being judged all the time. So it's weird, but it's a learning lesson of a level. Stop giving people a chance and find other things to do. Go to the park, go shopping, look at hair, find different avenues to start traveling down until you're really secure within yourself. Because unfortunately, the trial's still going to keep coming, and the tribulation's going to still keep coming. That's why I say protect your spirit. If you're not built with evil, if you're not built with being mean, don't try to battle that energy because you're going to lose because you got a good heart. And knowing the fact that you got a good heart means that you're going to go through things that you don't have to go through if you can monitor the situation before it happens. I sit back and watch a lot of people the way they move. And for some reason, since I've gotten older, I could hear it in their voice. I could hear it. And it's weird because in the eyesight, they look pleasant and humble, but their voice is telling me, you're not safe. You're not. I listen now. When a man talks, I listen. When a man laughs, I listen. I hear everything now. And I know when I have to leave. Now I talked to somebody yesterday. They were 6'9", 6'9" in height. And I talked to him years ago, but he got upset with me because I told him he was too young. So somewhere along the line, we got in contact with each other last night. Now he's 23. He was 21 when I first talked to him. He was 23. We still never met. We never met. Because I kept telling him, you too young. And of course, he got offended. Like most young guys get offended and curse me. I'm used to it anyway. But the reason why I respect young people because what do you want to do for him when a young girl comes along? There are a lot of beautiful females out here in the world. What are you going to do when she comes along? I mean, what you going to say? Well, I thought we could have a chance. He's young. His life is just beginning. You older. I'm not saying, it's everybody's different, but when they 21, 22, and 23, to me, those are babies. You taking a chance on something that you just asked to be hurt. And when he hurts you, don't sit around the house crying to myself, how could he do this to me? When you knew he was young. I expressed that to someone yesterday. People who are young, you have to understand, have the chance to grow up. What you thought at 17, you don't think at 25. What you thought at 25, you don't think at 30. What you thought at 30, you don't think at 40. your mind changes, things changes. You don't see things the same way. So I had a conversation with someone yesterday was telling me that a guy basically stole a car. He was 8 years old. I said he did it, but when he get older, he's gonna wish he didn't do it. Just like the little boy who killed his mother over a game. He did it when he was young, but when he get older, he's gonna really regret what he did. But as a child, he's not thinking of that right now. But when he gets older and he starts seeing Happy Mother's Day, he's gonna be tormented. He's gonna wish every day he could take that back. Sure, your parents make it on your nerves and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, we don't want them dead. We rather get away from them, but we don't want them. Well, you know, some of us, because some of us, I don't know. But when they're young, you just gotta give them a chance to grow. Everybody needs a chance. But I know some people like young people, and that's up to them. But me, myself, I don't cater to them because I go straight into adult mode. I start treating them like a kid and they get pissed off. But it's everybody. But the thing about it is you get old. You old and you still acting young. You in your 40s, you're in your 50s, you're in your 60s, you're in your 70s, and you acting like you 13 or 14 years old. You old and you still doing the same old thing. And the thing is in your mind, you still think you could pull people because you got money now. Sure, she'll stick around. But then again, everybody's different. Some people just want that life, but I don't know. Everybody's different. But all I tell you is protect your spirit. I know everybody has their own flavor, whatever they like, and I don't has nothing to do with me. But don't get upset if you mess with somebody really younger than you and they act really funny. Because even the older ones act funny. But at least the younger ones, you give them a pass. Well, they're young. But when they old and doing it, it's no use for it. It's no excuse for it. The only thing you should ask yourself, why is you sitting there being available to this person? Because if they can't hurt you, then you're not available. And don't never pick somebody from your heart to try to find out where they're coming from if they're not your type. Because the ones who's not your type will dog you. You say, you wasn't even my type. And then you dog them. And they will dog you. And won't feel no bad about it. So make sure you choose people in life that you really want. Because even the ones you really do want may hurt you as well. But at least it's somebody you really wanted. Versus somebody you never even wanted that decided to be the king to your world. That should have never even been in your castle. So make sure you monitor that. That's been my problem. I always try to see the greater good in people, and some people just not the greater good. Some people are straight from you nowhere. You may not like it because they may be cute or maybe what you want. But the reality is, it's the truth. It's gonna be there. So that's why I tell you once again to protect your spirit. A lot of people you're gonna love, a lot of people really gonna want are not for you. They're gonna be the ones you really want. You know, and it's funny because I was watching a video in reference to black women are loyal to black men. Well, of course not. It's not set in stone. It's not everybody. But a black man is not loyal to a black woman. Who'll go out and out date outside this race. Not nothing's wrong with that. I just wish more black women dated outside their race. I understand you say, well, I just want a black man. We get that. But the black man is not choosing you like they're supposed to or should. They're picking other. And when a black man gets on his feet, he picks other. He don't pick his girl, his queen. He knows what she's been through. He don't pick her. He picks somebody of other. I just wish a lot of black women would start picking other. Because the black men are sitting back letting y'all just rot on up. And they doing their thing with other people. And why you being loyal to somebody who's not even loyal to you? Date outside your race. I do it all the time. I don't date skin, I date men. At the end of the day, I know what I choose, but I know what I keep getting. There's a lot of beautiful women out there in this world. I mean, beautiful. Drop dead gorgeous. I mean, beautiful. And then when you look at the man, you be like, how you figure he could dog you? And you look at him, it's like, you must have been at a really low self-esteem or somebody just hurt you so bad. And it goes back to what I said before. You start dealing with people through your heart. Hey, Miss Kimberly, what's up, mama? And then when you start dealing with people through your heart, is when you get hurt. Pick who you want, just like this guy told me. He was like, well, I want to be with you. I like you. I said, because of what? He said, because you're my type. And I was like, but you're not my type. He said, well, of course you know I got the, he sent me the you know what picture. So that supposed to make me want to be with you because you sent me that? No. And it's sad because we'll pick people who's not our type. And we'll try to find a greater good in him while he's judging us off everything that should never be judging nobody. And it's weird. We sit back and try to figure him out. We sit back and compare. We become his lawyer to destroy ourselves. And it's so weird. You start, if you get beat down mentally enough, you're no longer showing up the relationship. You're dealing with people through empathy eyes. Let me see. Let me see what Kim. Let me see Kimberly. The you know what picture? Oh, exactly, Kimberly. And the thing about it is, so like I get, of course, most girls get deep pictures all the time. I got tons, and I'm like, so like this guy I told him I was like, I'm not, you're not my type. So he sent me his deep picture. So I was like, well, what is that supposed to mean? I'm tall, you short. I get it. Short guys get the short end of the stick, but a lot of short guys are really mean. A lot of short men are mean. And I get it, it's a high complex, but okay. But we get dog too. We don't go after, I'm gonna say I don't go after you. I don't go after you to be mean to you, but short men be really mean. And the point is you have to leave them alone as well. Like you can't really date them because if you put your hands on them, you know you're gonna win. Cause child, he won't be ready. He won't be ready. Just like dude told me he was gonna slap me in my face. I said, child, you been beating on a lot of women. You come over here, you gonna come together quick. I always tell people before you put your hands on me to beat me, you better make sure you learn my past. I'm not the one you want. You better get somebody you can slap and she run in the room and start crying. I'm not the one to run in the room and start crying. I'm the one you're gonna try to get your best to get out this front door, and you ain't gonna make it. You ain't gonna make it out the door. You're gonna try your best, but you ain't gonna make it out this front door. And there are a lot of females out here that's in relationships. He's beating her. Like you letting dude beat on you. I'll be a gen. Exactly, Kimberly. You know there's so many females out here letting dudes beat them just for the sake of a man. You let that dude beat on you. So them Ike Tina Turner movies don't mean nothing. So you just watch it, just entertainment. You didn't look at it as a learning lesson. That's probably why no guy want to date me because I'm tall, and they want to be able to beat me. Like it's not funny. Like Oprah Winfrey on Color Purple, you told Harpo to beat me. Child, I'm saying because I'm not trying to. Exactly, Kimberly. And the thing about it is, I seen some drop dead gorgeous men. I mean, beautiful men, and they beating women. And I mean, some females are crazy though. But I always feel like this: in any relationship, when you get to the point you got to beat on somebody, the relationship is over. You can't be, in my opinion. I don't believe you should put your hands on nobody. When you get to the point you want to beat on somebody to get them to submit, it's over. It's time to go. That goes for men and women both. If you feel like you got to beat somebody to get them understanding, come because first of all, they already raised. Second of all, you're not the parent, and you can't re-raise a grown person. You have a conversation with them and talk to them, but when you feel like you got to put your hands on somebody to make them understand, you come, it's over with. Now the thing about it is, I don't know why people don't think somebody else ain't out there. I always find it crazy how you think that's the last person in the world. Find somebody else. There's billions of men out there. He's not the last man in the world. And there's some farm men out there. People be acting like it's the last man in the world. And it's not. I mean, if you're a sorry man, and that's what you went to, there's more sorry men out here in the world. I mean, there's a lot of sorry men out there in the world. So don't act like he's the last of the Mohican. You can always get another sorry man. They everywhere. But it's up to you. It's up to you. I lay in the bed last night. I was thinking, wow. And the thing is, it's not like I can't get a man. I think I just come to the point in my life where I don't want one. And that's the problem. Because I got a lot of men here. I think once you decide you don't want a man, Kimberly, is when you get one. Like I don't want one. I don't want one. I don't want to be in love with you. I don't want nothing from you. I just don't. I don't. And I don't want to go down that slippery slope of we breaking up and I'm crying and I can't get my I don't want to do that no more. Like I'm tired. There are some firemen out there. I do keep my options open. They have to all be yeah. But married men are the ones who give you what you want. But he's also cheating on the woman that he said he would never cheat on. The options are crazy. A married man will look out for you. But there's some men out there that will. And when I say this is not a blanket statement, it's like everybody in the world, because it's not. There's some good dudes out there, just like there's some good females out there. But it's hard to find them. Like you got to go through the storm. And then you got to get past these egos. People be having egos, this God complex that they better than you. And you looking at them. Not go to church, woman. But you got that's right. Go to church, mama. Well, I got church woman values. I don't even. The thing about it with me, I'm just so over it that I don't even get upset no more. I don't. I refuse to blame a man for my behavior. If a man hurts me, I blame myself because he wouldn't be doing this if I wasn't available. Hey, Lily, men want you on their terms. Exactly, Lily. But see, that's the way society raised them to get a woman that's going to cater to you, take care of you, wash the dishes, do everything. So you're going to do what they do. You're supposed to go to make the money. He's supposed to make the money, bring it home to the wife, but the wife ain't home because she got to work because he don't make enough money. But the rules don't change. He still wants you to submit to him. And it's not like nobody can submit to a man. It's easy to submit to a man. But submit to somebody who's showing you love. See, I don't know how to say that because this one guy I was seeing, I really thought he was the one for me. I don't know how many times y'all thought he was the right one for y'all, and y'all found that y'all was wrong. I thought he was the right one. We were so close. We talked for like 8-9 hours a day. That's how close we were. And he went and got married, had a baby and everything. Now, where is it he found time to get married, have a baby, and everything? I found out he got married on me is when his wife called me. I was like, I can't submit to men as long as I never have to do the dishes. But see, I'm corny like that. I have the problem submitting. I have no problem submitting. I just don't want to submit. I don't want a man. That's the problem. I don't want one. That's why I bust my butt to get a job. That's why I bust my butt, put my little cash app up there. I don't want to. I don't want to submit. I will go out and poop, scoop, pick up stuff off the street. I don't want to submit to no man. I watch people crying trying to get this. Mm-mm. I don't want to do that. I don't want to cry. I don't want to cry when I got society already beat me over the head. I don't want the man that's I fell in love with creep killing me too. It's too much pain. I hate love the pin pal. I hate love the pen pal type. Lily, let me tell you something. I hate texting. I hate when people text you. Everything's a text. It's like I don't talk to you no more. We text. How do you get a feeling from a text? How do you get to know how I feel about you from a text? And then you video chat with them and then meet in person, and the chemistry is not even there. So all that time you've been talking to them, it was no chemistry in person. That's why I used to start like I want to meet you in person before we move forward. I used to be that way. I'm not that way now because I don't want one. I don't want a man. And it's funny because when I wanted one, I just got abuse instead of a man. I got abused, mental abuse, unapologetic mental abuse, felt entitled to abuse me and didn't even feel bad about it. So I stopped showing up. Now I have men want to take me out. The magnitude of men that I have now since I've stopped, it's crazy. And I'm not showing up. I'm looking for a job. I'm trying to make money. That's my goal. My goal, and it's so sad because I think what's her name? Delarice. I think Maya Angelou. I think Diane Cara. I think all these older women out here, Donna Ross, all these beautiful women don't even have a man. How could they be that beautiful and nobody? That because somebody is playing games and I hurt them. How could these beautiful think of Tyra Banks? These beautiful women don't even have nobody. So what is it that makes them so bad that they can't have nobody? Because they the full pack. They got the job, they got the money, but no man. So I don't understand how is this possible. Naomi Campbell. Nobody ain't claiming them unless it's just in the bed. But how do you get all these beautiful women and they single? Yes, that's the thing, Kimberly. And that's the thing that gets me. It's like these women are beautiful. Holly Berry's mad again, but she's on her third man. I mean, I've seen some of the most beautiful women in the world, and they rich. They don't have to go to Burger King. They can actually sit in a restaurant with a fine cuisine, 5-star restaurants. And the thing about it is, they don't even have to hear this comment of, "What do you bring to the table?" Because nobody says to them because they know they can pour it. Then you got these videos of these men telling my son, "You got to pay for who's going to pay for the meal? Who's going to pay for the meal?" And it's weird because I used to pay. I used to pay. I paid a lot, but I didn't know my worth. I was just so happy to find a man to spend time with. I didn't care that I paid for everything. I didn't care. I was always thinking in my pocketbook. I didn't care if I was buying on clothes. I didn't care I was buying sneakers. I didn't care. It's the fact that he decided to spend his life with me. I was so happy. But I learned even those come with abuse. And some abuse you can't walk away from as quickly as you like to. So I learned my word. Took a long time to get here though. A lot of bruises, a lot of pain, a lot of tears, a lot of times that you didn't want to wake up the next day. And the funny thing about that, if you go back before you even met him, Your life was so happy. You was doing things positive. You were making things grow. You was doing so much of a greatness. And then you let one person come in and rape your heart and hurt you. And now you have to move again differently. Uh-uh. 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 And we seen videos of beautiful women being beat on the elevator, football players beating a female up. We watching this on if you could beat a woman up in public, we could just imagine what goes on behind the scene. If you could beat a female up in person, I mean on in public, child. Shakira, Holly, all these beautiful women getting cheated on, and these ladies are famous. Shakira just made a song about. That's what I'm talking about, Miss Kimberly. And I'm not trying to say people are perfect, but come on, it's got to be. I don't know. I always think that maybe I would have been in a relationship if I wasn't so strict. If maybe I should have dated a younger guy and stop being so strict on them. Because I know some girls don't. I don't know. I just was raised differently. I'm just raised differently. And the funny thing about young guys, I don't know. I'm still old fashioned. That's hard. That's a hard one for me. I've dated younger. Only thing I think about the young guys, their skin is so tight, and they. I'm just tired of looking at men through the lens of love. When they looking at me through judgment, it's not even my type. I'm not dating nobody. It's not my type. I'm not doing it. I'd rather make my own money. I'd rather go out and go to the animal shelter and be a poop scooper. Dig up doo doo and throw it in and put bags. Just for the rest of peace. I know I'm gonna lie alone. And it's not so bad for me. Cause you see what I'm going through right now? I'm here and it's quiet. Ain't nobody call me out my name. When I get off the line, nobody's about to beat me up. I gotta get hide bruises. I don't have to do none of that stuff. Maybe they should. Exactly, Kimberly. Maybe they don't like the booty. Child, these men, child. When it comes to sex, sweetie, let me tell you something. These men want everything. Anything they could do something with, they'll do it. If your ear, even if it's your ear hole. So you, child, or they don't suck the pee. Some girls don't like. I think that's true. I'm talking about the ladies. Uh, the thing about it is, I don't know. I mean, it's not set in stone. 'Cause people like what they like. You know what I mean? People like what they like, and I don't knock nothing nobody likes as far as sexual. What I'm talking about is somebody who's riding with you that really care for you and knowing you got flaws, knowing you look a mess without makeup, and you know what I mean? Don't care. But this one girl online, she said, girls always look beautiful. She said, because these men are judging you by the way you look. I mean, and evidently somebody must have just heard her because she was online saying, wear your makeup, girls. These men are judging you by the way. I was like, wow. I just find it amazing how women give men that much power. She could be a businesswoman making things happen, entrepreneur. She get one man to come and just rape her whole dreams and stop her money, stop her growth. That's why I don't want one. Hey, Miss Moore, what's up, Mama? Thank you. Now I want a success story like Miss Moore. I want a success story like Miss Moore got. But no, I don't. I just whatever's for Miss Moore is for Miss Moore. It's not for Raven. I'm over it. I just want I just want my own money, live in my own house, And I just don't. Hey, Miss Daisy. They judge yet look like garbage. Exactly, Miss Blonde. What's up, Daisy Mama? That's what I'm talking about. They're like, what do you bring to the table? Child. The thing about me is like, I don't even think about that. Because you don't have to ask me what I bring it to the table. Because I'm already in the eight, knowing me. Already in the eight. Because you know I'm greedy, child. I don't look for no man to bring me nothing to the table. Because I don't cook my own. Matter of fact, I'm about to cook me something now. If you're the kind of woman that gotta go get a man so you could eat, child, you need to. I always find it funny how girls date a guy for food. Child, you gotta be like me, them greedy ones, honey. We cook our own food, eat it when we want, and in fact, I went, I went to the liquor store, and this girl told me, she said to me, "Hold on, friend." I went to the liquor store, and this girl told me, she asked me, I had my bag, so when you see me scoop down, it's because of my thing here. See that? So I have to scoop down so you can. So I went to the liquor store, and the girl in my bag. So I opened up my bag, and she says, "Oh, that's a big bottle of wine." She said, "That's a big bottle of wine." I knew she was young. She's like, "Where you?" It's funny because they said asked me that before when I was real young. They're like, "Why do you got all that liquor?" I was like, "Child, I'm not like y'all. I'm not spending a whole bunch of money on no liquor. I'm gonna buy this big bottle for $20. You'll go to the bar, and they'll charge you $6 for 2 glasses of it. I got the whole gallon of it, child. Mm-mm. Hey, Raven, I'm heading to bed. Oh, okay. All right, Mama. Have a good night. She got. See, I'm gonna get that too. I'm glad, and hopefully, Miss Kimberly, you was a good woman. You didn't do nothing, if you know what I mean, with the other coworker. You didn't let her work your nerves. So clearly, you did do some listening. I'm about to put me on some hot dog. Yeah, yeah. It has to be 100, 100. Let me say this. I'm a survivor. I've always been on my own since a young. God bless the child. Amen, Miss Moore. I'm home safety, Mama. I'll listen to you. I thank you for that. Okay, Miss Kimberly, you get you some nice rest. And if you don't mind, go pick you up some more. Let me stop. Do anybody like crabs? I like crabs. I was watching somebody eat crabs online. I'm just like a dog. I went up to the tip. I'm like, they eating crabs. They're this thing crabs, and it's like a bag of crabs. I don't know what it's called. Maybe y'all know what it is. It's like a bag of crabs and stuff. And I be seeing people and they crack the crab open. Y'all may know what it is. I've seen this must be a restaurant and they give you a big bag of crabs. I don't forget what they call it, but I be saying, where does y'all get this stuff from? Yeah, Miss Moore. But I'm glad things are going well with you. You still give me hope. I'm not trying to go in the same spot you is because I don't want nobody close to me though. I just don't. I don't have the same energy And also my values have changed. I know a lot of men get upset with me because I never call men. I never call them. Once upon a time I get home and give you a call. I don't call nobody. I know they're like, you never call me. No. I'm not calling you. Call you for what? I'm not calling you. I'll go call a restaurant, get something to eat. I don't call nobody no more. The last time I called the man, he told me, well, not the last time. He's like, give me a chance to miss you. And then when I give him a chance to get miss me, he went and got married and had a baby. Child, that was years ago. Mm-mm. Not no more. Them days is official. Them days is official. Mm-mm. Anyway, well, I'm fixing me something to eat. How you doing, Miss Daisy? I'm fixing me something to eat. Then I'm gonna I don't know, I took a bath. Only call I make is to the time to call. Right. I'm not mad at you, Kimberly. I'm not mad at you. I just think I just think it's weird because when you finally become peace with yourself, it's weird how everybody wants you. But they may not really want you. It may be a trick. I don't know. I'm not trying to find out though. I'm not trying to find out. I'm really not. I'm really not. Anyway, I'm hungry. I put me on some hot dogs. I put me on some hot dogs and I'm gonna go to my computer to see what's going on in here. And that's it. And yes, Lily, I'm hungry. I'll be buying me something to eat. It's so sad. People around my way, everybody done hit their cars. People cars got dents in it. These young people be doing the most. They be smashing up people's cars, and it's funny. And for anybody who is listening to what Raven is speaking is true, life has changed immensely for us. We all must stay woke. Amen, Miss Moore. I almost feel like bad energies try to disturb your people when you're finally. You know what it is, Miss Daisy. I think by you being a spiritual person, you could pick up stuff, and all of a sudden you go through this whole um, channeling vibrations to other people. Like you could feel other people that you don't even know. You could feel their spirit, and it start manifesting on you, and you think it's you. Because all of a sudden you start crying, you get real depressed, things will hit you. You know, it's a lot. I had bologna sandwiches, and I'm calling them. I love bologna sandwich, but I believe a lot of time when you're a spiritual person, you're picking up energy that don't belong to you, and it's difficult because it's strong. Because I get it really bad. I get it really bad. I get it really bad. Like I could pick up stuff, and I had to monitor my behavior to say, you know what? Sometimes I can make it, sometimes I don't. You know, Raven falls down more than most. I fall down more than most. But last night, I had went to the store. Not last night, of course, but I went to the store, the liquor store, of course. And it's funny because I got my liquor, I got my food, and it's pouring down rain. Obviously, it's not today. And I'm carrying this stuff, and I'm like, man, let me ask you something. Do y'all feel safe with nobody in your house? In other words, you know how you want to start dating somebody and then you bring them to your house, but you don't want them there? Like, I don't want nobody here with me. I don't want nobody touching me. I don't want nobody feeling up with me. I don't want none of that. I just don't. And I do anybody feel that way? Like you don't want nobody touching all over you, feeling all over you, trying to talk to you. Like that's where I'm at now. I don't want nobody touching all over me, feeling over me. I, it's the thing is that I made peace with myself. Like I'm so peaceful. I just wish I was rich and peaceful instead of poor and peaceful. But I'm peaceful. My sister, I have love and respect from day one. You are my survivor. And let me just say thank you for everything that you're doing. You're right now and behind this. Thank you, Miss Moore, for being the voice of my head. Many times you have been. You could kind of go into my head and see things that I definitely could not see. You know, yesterday I took a high blood pressure pill, and so I don't have a stroke. It's not funny, but my heart's been doing some stuff. I don't know, but it's different. I don't know. I struggle with a lot of things, but I I've come to the term. I think the problem with me is me letting somebody get close to me. Do anybody get that way? Letting somebody get close to you, does it scare you? Does it scare you? Because it scares me. Good morning, Rex. What's up, boo? Did you get my email? Because it scares me. I get what you mean, Raven. Very proud. Yes. Thank you, Miss Daisy. The thing about it is I'm just tired. I think the problem with me, Miss Daisy, I overthink. Well, y'all know I overthink. You already know that. And like I always say, Raven falls there more than most. That means sometimes I get it, and sometimes, many times I just don't. Like there is too much meat. You didn't. You got to Rex. You didn't get it. I sent you the email yesterday. I sent it back yesterday because you said it took me forever to finally send this stuff to you, and I sent it back a reply. No, Lily. The thing about it is that I just come to the terms where I'm more peaceful. You see, let me tell you something. You see how you're not arguing with nobody. You see your home. Maybe you don't have the finances that you want, but you have peace because nobody's trying to start nothing up with you. Nobody's got you waiting for their waiting for you to you waiting on an email for them to call you. You have peace because you don't gave it up. Did you? Yes, Rex. That's what I'm saying. I sent it to you. And the thing is, like, I'm at peace. I'm at peace. I don't be want to talk to nobody. Now I could like the look. I have a problem looking. I just don't want one around me. I just don't. And I found so many. That's what we're telling y'all. Find things to do that's peaceful within yourself. Cause I know I do. I'll check again. Okay. I found peace within myself. I definitely found peace within myself. Give me a second. I don't want to drop nothing. I think my thing is that I'm trying to go back to the fact that no, Rex, the one we sent on Yahoo. On Yahoo. I didn't see you on I didn't see you on Instagram. But then again, I had a bunch of pages on Instagram. Child, which one did you go to? Which one did you go to? My problem is, my problem is that I didn't find it. This stupid thing is acting weird. But I sent it to you because I saw the email you sent me, and I sent it back to you. But I don't know. Well, it's the one with the Raven underscore over, which I showed you yesterday. But I sent you an email through Yahoo because I got the email and I replied back to you. But I don't know. Anyway, Raven's about to give Raven something to eat, y'all. You already know. I got my Instagram, aren't you? Okay, cause I'm gonna definitely go job hunting, looking for a job. I cannot. Can y'all believe this year, 2023, January, I lose my job? How do you lose your job? 2023 has been a nightmare for me. I lose my job January. Right now, I'm just moving on faith. I don't know what tomorrow gonna bring, but then this dude wanted to move in with me. He was like, I can help you pay bills, and he's straight from hell. The thing about it is, how could you be homeless and crazy? But then again, that's kind of dude want to move in with me. Patience, honey. I'm no expert at this stuff. Okay. The thing about it is, dude want to move in with me, and we started talking, but we kind of had a little past. I told you about it before. We were talking and stuff. He told me be right back, and we was acting busy. Then he come to find he had a girlfriend, but he didn't tell me that. But that's a whole nother story. But then he decided he wanted to come back because everything is falling down around him. So he decided he wanted to come back to me, and I'm like, well, why would you come to me? You know, he has a God complex. Like he think this man think he is. This man has got an ego. You think Kanye got an ego? This man think he is greater than God. I mean, when did the last time we talked, we was about fighting. We was about having a fist fight. When I tell you he violated me, he started cursing at me. How do you try to find somewhere to live with somebody and to disrespect them? Like, why would you do that? Why would you talk to somebody like that? And I'm like, why would you talk to me like that? No one more. Yeah, but the thing about it is, why would you talk to me, like that? I'm like, Rex, the thing about it is, I'd be so surprised how bad people talk to you sometimes, but people gonna do what they want to do. Let no one like that move it. I'm not going to Rex because he has a God complex. He thinks he's better than people. And I'm not gonna air his dirty laundry, but I can say one thing: God, I dodged the bullet because I never would have thought this was him. Yes, and the thing about it is, he's the same guy that used to try to talk me into having sex with him without protection. Can you imagine all the girls he probably done it? You know, I'm not saying he got anything because I don't know if he go or don't, but I could just imagine you having sex with this man, and then you know he happened to be, you know, and then here it is, he's coming at you to the left, and you trusted him. That mental abuse is amazing. Anyway, that's why I tell you always use protection. Anyway, love you all. I've been on here for an hour. Just wanted to give it an hour to show y'all some love and protect your spirit. And have a blessed day. And let me just say goodbye to everyone. Rex, Miss Blonde, Miss Moore, Miss Lily, Miss Kimberly, um, Lily, Kimberly. Okay. I just want to show y'all some love on Sunday to you, protect your spirit. I'm about to leave y'all alone. We're about to get something to eat. Yes, Rex, you absolutely right. Love you more. Just wanted to give y'all something to be more encouraged. Don't forget about, to protect your spirit. Thank you, Mama. Thank you, Miss. I don't trust a lot of people, and I never will. Me being abandoned as a child. I'm sorry, Miss Moore, you went through that. It makes me more different. Being Jamaican, I see things. But yes, Miss Moore, I'm sure because you're definitely very spiritual, and you always can tune into my brain, which is funny. You could tune right into my brain and my thoughts. You could go right in. Anyway, I love you all. Thank you all for coming to this live. Hit the thumbs up if you want to. If not, that's fine too. Have a blessed day and protect your spirit. Talk to you later.